Hi, my name is Troy Anderson. I'm the owner of Anderson Training System, fitness coaching business located in Tempe, Arizona. What I'm going to do is share with you today a few quick coaching tips on one of the really foundational ballistic movements with the kettlebell, and that's the kettlebell swing. We're going to take a look both at the two-hand and one-hand swing. There's a lot of very similarities, just a couple of little subtle differences between the more increased demand that you're exposed to with the one-hand swing versus two, but very similar overall. We've got a pretty nice kettlebell here. This is a 54 or 24 kilo or 53 pound kettlebell. The real key to this movement, and with all the kettlebell ballistic movements, is people are so used to doing things with their upper body and arms that they really want to dominate the movement with that. I like to tell people that have noodle arms or really relaxed arms, all we're really trying to do, I'm going to show you a few things before we get to actually grabbing the kettlebell here. The movement is going to be driven from the hips. So it's going to be, I like to start with my hips tucked under. That way I can reach them back and then I can lock them out underneath me. I'm pressing through the heel, legs straight, squeezing glutes, nice and solid. And what we want to do, we're not trying to lift the kettlebell to real high. You may, if you've tried to familiarize yourself with kettlebell stuff, you see a lot of people swing real high, which they're fully capable of doing. It's a little more advanced, but if you're just starting, you may only get the kettlebell to this level. But the really critical thing is we want to project that bottom of that kettlebell out and away from us, and that's caused by shooting the hips through and then reaching them back consequently after that. Obviously, the kettlebell is going to fall. It's going to want to fall back to earth because of gravity. So you're going to need to get your hips back very quickly. There's no time to admire the kettlebell out in front of you because it's going to fall in front of you very fastly. So no time to admire. You have to, once it's hit that top peak position, is to get back. Once people realize that, then the problem becomes we don't even want to extend all the way, so we get to this half extension thing and we never get all the way through. So let's take a look at the two-handed swing. Hopefully you can see some of the points I've talked about. See, reaching back, shooting through, reach back, shoot through. Great posterior chain, hamstring, glute, upper back, low back developer if you're doing well. Shouldn't get any tension in your low back. If you start to do that, you're probably doing the drill wrong. Another great thing about the two-handed swing, in my estimation, for those of you that may have a lot of inability to do impact movements, it's a great conditioning tool to get you some of that high-quality anaerobic conditioning. Now let's take a look at the one-arm swing. The one-arm swing is simply just taking one hand off the kettlebell. However, when we take that, it's a little bit easier for me to show you from the front-on position with the one-arm swing. What the tendency is going to be is to let it torque or create torsion and rotation. So that's also where our benefit comes from. We want to tighten our trunk and not allow that to happen. So it's going to be here, here, as opposed to rotating here. What that'll do, and you're noticing, well, you'll notice if you're doing a very poor job of that, so start to get some levering, probably on the opposite side of the back of where you have the kettlebell. So if I'm doing the one-arm swing and I'm doing it poorly, I'm creating torsion, I'm probably going to feel it actually above my left low back as opposed to my right. Which you very well might feel it there as well. So what I want to do is really keep that trunk tight to resist any action to go this way. Keep your shoulder locked down. We don't want to let the shoulder out and away from us. And then we're just going to let the bell swing. So let's take a look at it. I might even show you a couple poor ones if we get a chance here without trying to hurt myself. So here, got my glutes tucked under, I'm going to come in. Again, still projecting the bell out in front of me. I'm not lifting the bell up. One key thing that I didn't share with you during the two-hand swing, or the one-hand swing, one of the key points to know if you're starting to use your upper body too much, and I'm actually going to grab a lighter bell so I can show you this a little more dramatically, is you'll notice the bottom of the bell starts to point towards the ground. That means that you're lifting or muscling up with your upper body when you should have that nice relaxed kind of whip and then snap at the end. Whip and snap at the end. That bell should project that way. So let's look at the one-hand swing from the other perspective for you, because you kind of looked at it front on. Let's see what it looks like. And so those have been our 2 kettlebell swinging sequences. There's some other variants off it, but those are real foundational movements. The 2-hand kettlebell swing and the 1-hand kettlebell swing. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you want to see any more videos in relation to kettlebell or other types of a little more old school training, please stop over by our website, www.andersontrainingsystems.com, and we hope you really enjoyed this film.